I want you to walk towards me, hon. Okay, there you go, stop. Okay, so this is how a dog should greet a person. Okay, I shouldn't be coming, hold that leash like you mean it. Okay, I shouldn't be coming to greet her or put my hand over. That's threatening. Right. By coming to her space, I don't allow her to come into mine. That's like me walking up and doing this to you. Hey, old, how you doing? You know, that's how they feel. And with some people, they see dogs and they think automatically, that's a beautiful dog. I know a dog, and I know a dog like that, so they want to come and give it a hug. That's like someone walking us and getting us in a bear hug or a headlock. It's not good. So what we want to do is we want to make sure when the dog is greeting a person, that dog is being respectable, that person being respectful enough to your dog to where you're not going to put that dog in a situation to fail. We want to build our dogs up we don't want to set them up to fail, we want to set them up to succeed. So just by the dog walking in and barking at me right there, if I would have acted any different than what I am right now, I can't keep my emotions low. I don't want to be fearful, I don't want to be dominant, I don't want to be challenging, I don't want to be threatening. I want to be loving and nurturing, because the dogs pick up on all that. I want to be minimum energy, minimum emotion. We're here to do something, let's do it in a trusting way, and that's all I want to do. So it's reverting back again, when we treat our dogs like children with fur coats, and then they start to get these emotions that we're not a strong enough leader. They come in, they see you. If a situation occurs where she's fearful, she has no backup in her mind, so she feels that she's going to take the role as being the leader. She doesn't like that role, so she's frightened. And the only thing she can do in her mind is to bark, maybe posture up a little bit, get whoever it is or whatever it is that's getting her fearful or stressed out to back away. So let me see the leash. Okay, now she'll probably want to go back to you guys. All I want to do right now is we're just building trust. Here, as I was telling your wife earlier, when I'm walking with the dog, I want that dog's shoulder right next to my knee or my hip. If it's not respectful. If it is, it's watching me. When you're walking your dog, you want your dog to watch you. You don't want to have to watch your dog. So if I'm constantly looking down and my dog is constantly pulling on the leash, what is that going to do? Absolutely nothing. Not for me, for the dog. There's no guidelines. So when I'm walking this way here, even with a large dog, and you're walking through a parking lot, people can see you quicker than they can see your dog. So if your dog is lagging behind you, the dog can get hit. If the dog, you're at a corner and you're waiting to go across the street, the dog sees a leaf or something, it jumps out after that leaf, the car hits it. So it's not only respect that we want to gain this from, but it's safety factor too. So does your dog usually walk like this?
She usually.
Okay, go up, Odell, is it?
So repeat that.
No. Okay, I'm sorry.
No problem.
So generally, not with so much Aubrey, but with you, she usually pulls?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and how does she walk with other people?
She doesn't.
Okay. How is she generally with other people?
What do you mean? Like in my house? Or?
Right now, if a stranger had a leash on her right now, what would she be doing?
I'm not sure. We've never, besides us, nobody's ever had a leash on.
And she doesn't really allow them to get close enough to be comfortable enough to maybe do that?
I'm not sure. We've just never tried it.
Okay. So what we're going to do right now is she wants to get to you guys. And I'm just going to back up a little bit here and just walk her. And all I want to do, all we're doing right now is we're building trust. So when you're walking her and somebody walks up to you, she's going to look at you like she is me. When she's looking at me, she's respecting me enough to like, hey, I really don't know you or what's going on here, but I trust you enough that nothing bad's happening. So I'm going to watch you. Now, if I'm in front of you like this right here, I don't know where you're at. I really don't like that. I want to be right next to you to watch. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to allow her to walk with us. She's prancing. This is a very happy dog. We'll go over body language. What she's doing right now, she is like ready to go play. Good.
She's a prancer.
But she won't do this if she isn't in a good state of mind. Like you're saying, she showed me that picture. Her tail's tucked when she meets people. She's in that fearful state of mind. And that's when people approach her differently than what I do. So now we start to escalate her fear, her mistrust. When she came through that door and I started talking, that gate, and I grabbed the leash and I started working with her, I ain't did nothing to challenge her. Nothing. Right now, this is a spoiled brat saying, hey, I want to leave. What are you doing? Class is still in. So this is what we're going to do. Now when you do this at home, that's where all the issues have to be dealt with immediately. Anything that you don't like, you discourage. Anything you like, you encourage. Then you start getting the dog to understand the hierarchy of the house. This is what you get, this is what you don't get. Now look, now when I look at her right here, this is challenging. I can do the wrong thing and have her attack me. Boom. All I had to do right there is flinch. Boom. Like that at her. She could have darted back. If she can't get away from me, she's going to come at me. So you have to understand how a dog thinks. What's going through their mind. She's not comfortable with it. I'm not allowing her to think. A thinking dog is a pet. A reactive dog is a pest. I'm not to say I'm not letting her react. If I let her start reacting, you start seeing fear, challenging, threatening. But when they're thinking, you can't do the same thing. You can't think love and hate at the same time. You just can't. So she just a little disrespectful there. She wanted to smell. You just pop on the leash. You don't yank and crank. You don't pull. If you're pulling on your dog all the time, that just gives them more, and they'll win. They'll play that battle with you all day long, drag you. But you give that little bit of a leash pop, and I'll show you. Let me see your wrist. So resist me, okay? So this is how you're walking your dog all the time when they're pulling on you. Now if I do this right here, you feel that? Yep. That's all it is, it's just the wrist. It's not shoulder muscle. I'm not trying to strong arm our dog. That pop, see how she looked? Yep. Now we're back to a nice, confident, comfortable walk. And that's all we want.